You're much younger than my wife, and you paid me attention, which I found quite nice. I'll imagine you sucking me off in my car, in the cold light of day. I suppose it won't go that far, 'cause you know what you are, you're just a wank fantasy, a wank fantasy, something I thought of to arouse me. I'm sorry when you knocked, I was playing with my cock in the middle of a wank fantasy, in the middle of a wank fantasy. You're the mother of my best friend. You're still quite attractive, I'll give you 6 out of 10. What if one day my mate is out when I knock, and while he's down is at work, you end up sucking my cock, and I would tell you to stop, because I like it a lot. It's just a wank fantasy, a wank fantasy, something I thought of to arouse me. I'm sorry when you called, I was playing with my balls in the middle of a wank fantasy, in the middle of a wank fantasy. You're a sex celebrity off the box, like Lorraine Kelly or Samantha Fox. You saw my act on Opportunity Knocks, then you dragged me in the bogs and lifted your frock and stuck my cock in your box. It's just a wank fantasy, a wank fantasy, something I thought of to arouse me. I'm sorry when you texted, I was feeling very sexy in the middle of a wank fantasy, in the middle of a wank fantasy. You're that bird that works at the gym. You've got big knuckles, but you're still quite slim. You're walking on me, changing in the cubicles, but when I pulled down your pants, you had a cock and balls. It didn't matter at all. It's just a wank fantasy, a wank fantasy, something I thought of to arouse me. I'm sorry when you rang, I was playing with my wang in the middle of a wank fantasy. It's just a wank fantasy, a wank fantasy, something I thought of accidentally. I'm sorry when you emailed, I was nuts deep in a she-mail in the middle of a wank fantasy, in the middle of a wank fantasy.